and welcome to today's video. As you can see, we're a little bit in a different setting. We're downstairs in my home and we're going to do something today. I previously did a 24-hour reading marathon, but I kind of failed. So I thought maybe why not do it again, but start with a 12-hour reading marathon. So that's what we're going to do, a 12-hour reading marathon. So on today's vlog, I'm going to take you guys on 12 hours reading with me. I have some things to do, but I'm going to try to read as much as I can. I am going to stop the timer when I'm doing something else, if I can't read or listen to the audiobook. So yeah, I have the timer here. As you can see, I hope you can see 12 hours. So we're going to start it, and I'm going to start listening to the audiobook of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janet McCurdy. I have like 1.5 hours left because I have to do some stuff on my computer, so I'm going to listen to it while doing some things. So let's start. Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a little update. I know I didn't film anything while I was listening to the audiobook, but that was because my camera battery was dead and I can't film on my phone and play something together because I just can't do that. But I read 1 hour already and I have like 11 hours and 5 minutes left, and I'm currently at chapter 73 in the audiobook. So I'm almost finished. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue. I'm going to unload the dishwasher, and after I've done that, I'm going to eat something and I'm going to also read a little bit. So let's do that. Let's continue the timer and let's continue listening.
Steven got a project out here in LA, a 6-month project.
Hi everyone, I just ate something and now I'm going to continue reading. I wanted to show you guys how far I'm in the physical book of I'm Glad My Mom Died. I'm currently at chapter 76 and that's page 260, and I have this much left, so that's not much anymore. And that's like 15 minutes of the audiobook. I'm currently this far in. What I'm going to do now, I'm a little bit in doubt, or I'm going to continue reading the physical book of this so I can finish it and then read another book I'm reading. So I'm a little bit in doubt what I should do. No, I think I'm going to read, I'm actually reading 2 books. Physical, physical. I'm like reading Icebreaker on my Kobo by Hannah Grace. I read Wildfire a while ago, but I haven't read Icebreaker yet, and I wanted to read it before I read Daydream. I'm really liking it so far, but yeah, this is what I'm reading on my Kobo, but I'm also reading the physical book of Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This is a fantasy book, but I'm a little bit struggling with it because it's like, it's not that hard, but it's also a little bit, because I also think it's adult fantasy, and I'm just not really motivated to read it. I'm not that attached yet to the characters, so I think that's the reason why I don't want to read it. But I definitely want to read this month, or at least finish that book this year in 2024. So yeah, I have to read a little bit in that. But I'm first going to read, I think, a little bit in Icebreaker, as much as I can, and after that I may be going to read a little bit in Swordcatcher. But that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start up my Kobo. I'm also going to put on a video on YouTube just because it's fun to have something in the background. I don't know if you guys, I've talked about this before. I really love having a reading vlog or something like that on while reading. Okay, I'm 53% through my book. Oh, I don't have much battery left. I have 28 battery left, but hey, that's okay. My Kobo says I still have 3 hours to go, So maybe we can finish this, or I'm going to read until my battery's dead, I think. And then I'm going to read a little bit more in Xoxo, I think. So yeah, I'm currently at chapter 25, Anastasia. I really love the fact that it's dual POV. I love dual POV in books. It's just because you can get a whole other perspective of people. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start the timer back. And watch the video. I'm going to put on my glasses. There were some ads. If you wonder why I'm wearing them, I don't wear glasses daily, but I just have to wear them when I'm looking at the screen or looking far away, because I've been having headaches, so that's why. And I know my Kobo isn't really that bad for my eyes, but I just want to protect them as much as I can. So yeah, we're putting them on. I put on a video by Emmy Rosen. I will link her account in my description box. I really love her videos. She mostly reads fantasy books and she really motivates me to read fantasy. So yeah, but I'm not going to read the romance and watch her video mood reading vlog. So let's read and let's read.
Got a lot of mood reading to do. Basically, I have my TV on, but I'm not in the mood to read any of them. So.
So if you've read the book, you probably know Aaron. He's like the skating partner of Anastasia, and he's so annoying. Like, I don't know why he's like that. I just don't understand. He's just so, he annoys me so much. I'm like, dude, just stop talking. Just don't say anything, because everything that comes out of your mouth, it's crap. So yeah, I'm really annoyed by this guy. If you have read Icebreaker, you probably know why I don't like him. But yeah, I really, really dislike this guy. And Slade Nate Hawkins, he's good. He's a good one. I want to give you another update. I'm currently 9 hours and 45 minutes in, so I still have a lot of time to read. If I continue now, I will be done at 11:50 p.m. so that's a lot. I'm definitely going to continue this tomorrow. But I'm currently at chapter 34 of Icebreaker. My co-boss says I still have 2 hours to go, so I'm going to try and finish this. If I finish this, it will be 4 p.m, so I'm going to try. I'm really liking it. Aaron is even more of a toxic guy than he was before. If you've read the book, you know what scene I'm talking about because it just happened a little bit ago. He's just so annoying. I'm really interested to see if there is going to be more of this in the book, if it will be more explained why he is like this, because like, why is he like this? He's so mean. I'm disgusted. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading and hopefully I can finish this today. I think I can. And then I'm going to start a new book, I think. Maybe, no, maybe I'm going to read a little bit more in Swordcatcher and then I'm going to start a new book. Because there's so many books I want to read. Like so many books, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to try and finish this and then I'm going to give you guys an update if I finish this book. Icebreaker on my Kobo. I don't have it anymore on the screen, but I just finished it. I still have 8 hours and 6 minutes left, but I'm going to talk about it really quick. I'm just going to talk about it. So, Icebreaker is the first book in the Maple Hill series, and this book follows Anastasia and Nathan. Nathan is a hockey player, and Anastasia is a ice skater, yeah. And they eventually meet, and there's some things happening. But Anastasia, she has some baggage, as everyone does, and she's really controlling, and she really wants to have everything planned right out. But she also has a pretty toxic ice skating partner, Aaron, and he really is controlling in what she eats and what she does and all of the things. And she, at the time, in the beginning of the book, she has a friends with benefits guy going on. He's a good guy. I like him. He's nice. He's nothing bad to say about him. And she lives with, I don't know how I'm going to, Miss Pains. I really liked it. It was really quick and fun to read. I also like Wildfire. These books are just so fun and easy to read. There is some spice in this book, so be aware of that. If you are maybe younger or maybe don't like spice, there is a lot of spice in this book, so just so you know. I kind of saw myself in Anastasia, not in everything, but I'm also someone who likes to plan things and know what's going to happen. And yeah, so yeah, it was kind of fun to read that about someone else. But I really liked overall. Nate is a really nice guy. He's such a cute golden retriever guy who likes Anastasia. So yeah, and also Sabrina, she is the best friend of Anastasia. I really like her too, and she is also dating one of the hockey players. So yeah, but I really liked it. I'm going to give it like 4 stars. I really liked it overall, but it's not a book I'm going to think about forever. But yeah, I really liked it. It was a quick and fun book. And now I'm going to see what I'm going to read now. Okay, so I just decided what I'm going to do. I was first thinking of continuing Sport catcher by Cassandra Clare. Yeah. Happy. Yeah. I was first thinking about continuing Sport catcher, but I think I'm going to finish I'm Glad My Mom Died. I've read mostly of the book I listened to on audiobook, and I already really like that. I think I'm just going to finish it. I don't have much left, as you can see, so I'm just going to read the last bit of this so I can finish it. And after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I should read a little bit in Swordcatcher, but I'm also doubting if I maybe should start another book, but we'll see. I'm first going to read a little bit more of this and try to finish this. So we got a nice little background. So I have a little update for you guys. I have 7.5 hours left. Sorry for the reflection. I just finished I'm Glad My Mom Died by girly. So this book, I mostly listen to this as an audiobook, and I really recommend doing that because Janet McCurdy sells talks in it, so it's very personal. I really like that about listening to this. I don't really listen to audiobooks much, but when I listen to them, it mostly are like these kind of books, non-fiction books, memoirs, because it's a little bit easier to read, and it also feels even more personal if it is a memoir and it's narrated by the person who is about it. So yeah, I know Janet McCurdy from iCarly and from Sam and Cat and from her show on Netflix Between, and I know there's a lot going on in her life, but I didn't know all of it. So reading this book really opened my eyes in a lot of things and really surprised me, and I was really shocked by a lot of things in this book. And I don't know if there are trigger warnings out there, but I recommend looking them up because there are some things I've talked about that are quite heavy. So yeah, if maybe you know, but there is a reboot on iCarly, and I was always wondering why isn't she in it. And reading this book, you understand why she isn't in the reboot of iCarly. So yeah, a lot of things are going on in this book. She talks about, especially about her relationship with her mom and how toxic and how bad it actually is. Her mother is not the best mother. She definitely wouldn't win the award for best mom in the world, I think. She talks about a lot of her personal life. Also talks about being on iCarly and also the toxic environment there. Not with the other actors like Miranda, etc., but more of like with the producer like Dan Schneider. She talks about him like the creator. I think the creator resembles Dan Schneider. If you know a little bit about this topic, Dan Schneider produces a lot of shows on Nickelodeon, but he has been under a lot of bad news. in the past few years because he isn't that guy, a good kind of a good guy. And reading this book and listening to this book, it's so heavy for such a young age to be in that kind of environment. And she knew at a very young age he wasn't a good guy actually. So yeah, I'm not going to rate this book because I don't feel like reading non-fiction books. It's definitely not memorized because like it's her personal life. She's talking, how am I going to read it? Like, that's not really fair in my opinion. But I would definitely recommend reading or listening to the audiobook if you're interested in everything going on in Jenna McCurdy's life. I'm really glad I did. So yeah, second book of the 12-hour reading marathon is done. So now we have to read another book. I'm a little bit in doubt on what I should read, or as you know, I'm reading this bad boy. This is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I'm currently at chapter 4, so I'm not that far in. I'm like 102 pages in, so that's not much. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to read at least one chapter of this because I have to. I really want to finish this book before the year ends. I don't think I'm going to finish it in September, but that's okay. That's okay. But then I'm also thinking of what I'm going to read next. If you see here, this is my kind of my fall TBR, the books I want to read in September specifically are on there, but also the books I want to read like in the months of September, October and November. But I'm a little bit in doubt on which. There are some options. First off is Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. I really like Ellie Hazelwood writing, and it's also very quick to read, so I think I can get through this very quickly. So this is an option. But I'm also thinking of rereading a book or starting a new book, and that is or rereading Normal People by Sally Rooney or Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I read Normal People when I started reading, and I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. But I want to reread to see if I like it more now. Or I want to read this book by her. I also heard a lot of great things about this book, so I'm a little bit in doubt. Or I want to read, and there's another book. Oh, this is on my September TBR, so it will be good. Or I want to read, I'm going to try because it's in a box, not very practical. Or I want to read Caraval by Stephanie Gorer. I've not seen actually a lot of people who read this. I've seen a lot of people mostly talk about the Once a Broken Heart series, which is after this series. And I know you can read the Once a Broken Heart series without reading this one, but I do want to read this one too. This is a YA fantasy, so I think it also will be pretty quick to read. I don't know, I'm not sure. The thing is, it is a new book, a new writing style to me because I've never read anything by this author before, but I'm also very intrigued to read this. So these three, I'm going to go with these three, are like the main options I'm going to read. I'm going to not do this one, I think. If I read one, maybe. The thing is, then I'm going to be reading 2 fantasy books, but you know what? I think I definitely will be reading 2 fantasy books, but it's okay. I think I'm going to go with, I don't know, I'm not going with Normal People. No, not Normal People. So I'm really in doubt on which one I should do. Should I read Caraval or should I read Bride? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read a little bit in this one for like, I'm going to try and read 2 chapters at least. And if I'm finished, I'm going to let a random picker decide. Random Wheel of Names picker decide which I'm going to read. But I'm at the moment, because I'm very intrigued, I know, starting another series because why not, in this one. I think this one's maybe better for a little bit later on, but, and it's also my September TBR, so it would be great if I read a book on my September TBR. But yeah, we'll see. We're going to see where it's going to end. I'm not sure yet what the results will be, but so far I'm mostly leaning towards Caravel. So yeah, I'm going to put this one for now away. Maybe I will decide to read this one. You never know. Okay, I can't do it, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to start reading in Swordcatcher. Okay, hi guys. I'm going to listen to the audiobook. Sorry if you can hear me. There are cars outside, but I'm going to listen to the audiobook of Swordcatcher while I'm changing my bed sheets. So we're going to resume. Oh, we're going to resume the timer like that, and they're going to listen to the audiobook.
Most people, Kel knew, would panic with a blade at their throat. He didn't like it much himself.
Later, I changed my bed sheets and I listened to the audiobook of Swordcatcher while doing that, and after that I finished reading the chapter and listening to it. So my thoughts on this book. So this book follows mostly Kel, and he is a swordcatcher for the Prince of Castellane, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, I think Castellane, and Connor is the prince. And swordcatcher means he is like a shield for the prince, so he needs to protect him and all of these things. So you mainly follow Connor's POV, but it's, I don't know. The thing is, I like it. I really like listening to the audiobook. I just discovered because I just took 14 days as a trial on Storytel. Normally I don't, as I previously said, normally I don't listen to audiobooks that are like non-fiction, but I thought maybe just try it with this because I'm a little bit struggling to get into the book while reading it. But now with the audiobook I really like it, and also the narrator tells it really nice. So yeah, so far I'm liking it. I'm now at chapter 5, so I read like about, I don't know how many it is. But yeah, now I'm going to read something else because I'm in need of something else. So as I said, I'm darting between two books. The first one is Bride by Ellie Hazelwood, and the second one is Caravel by Stephanie Garber. So this one is like a paranormal romance book, and this is a YA fantasy book. Why I want to choose this is because I really love Ellie Hazelwood, her writing. I know her writing, and I normally read her books like very quickly, so that's why I'm maybe leaning towards this one more. But I'm also really wanting to read this book because I'm really excited. I'm really interested to see what it's about, and I'm also obsessed with the cover. And since it is YA fantasy, I do think I still can get through it pretty quickly. But I'm like, so I have like 6 hours and 55 minutes left. So maybe if I now start Bride, I can still read Caraval in this vlog. So I think I'm going to do that. Because maybe if I start this one, I want to binge the series. I know, I'm not sure though, but... And also this one is for my TBR, so I also can take this one off my September TBR, because I haven't read anything of my September TBR, because this one is also my September TBR, but I'm not going to finish this by the end of the month, I think. And I want to at least read one book of my September TBR, so I think I'm going to read this one now. And if I finish this one, I'm sorry. I'm going to wait. Yeah. If I finish this one, I hopefully can finish it as soon as I can. I can start Caraval, because I'm also very interested and very curious to see. Or what I also can do is, you know, we're going to look up, so like Wheel of Names, and we're going to let that decide. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the 2 books in, Bride and Caraval, like that. So, and then okay, it says Bride, so let's read Bride, and maybe after that I can still read this one. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm so excited for this one because it's Allie Hazelwood book and she's like one of my favorite authors. So yeah, let's get started, and we're going to continue the timer too. So let's read a little bit. To give a little update. I have 6 hours and 50 minutes left. So I started reading Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I'm not that far in. I'm at chapter 2, page 40, as you can see. So far, I like it, the writing style. But the fact is, I like Allie Hazelwood writing style, and it's really easy to get into. And I'm also known to her writing style, so that's easy. But it follows Misery, and she is a vampire, and she has to marry a werewolf called Lo. And the thing is, there is like a vendetta between the werewolves and the vampires, and they have to marry to end that vendetta in a way. So yeah, but I'm going to continue reading and we'll see. I hopefully can finish this and read another book. So I have, but we'll see. So let's continue. everyone, welcome to the next day. So we started yesterday, the 11th of September on Wednesday, and today is a Thursday, September 12th. So I didn't update you guys anymore, but I still have 4 hours and a half left. I'm almost halfway through Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. I'm at chapter 15, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit first before I get back into reading about Bride. So I'm really liking it. It reads very easily, and what I really like about it is the fact that there is not, I mean, it's a romance book, I think, and there is in all of this there isn't much of a romance going on between the main characters, and for some reason I don't mind that, because there are other things going on. It's a little bit of also a mystery because someone is missing and etc. So I'm really curious to see where it's going to go and what will happen for the rest of the book, and if there is something going to happen between the two main characters, because I both really like them. So yeah, it's Ellie Hazelwood is doing it again. I really love all of her books. The one I didn't like, but the one I liked the least was Love on the Brain. But other than that, I love all of her books. She just knows how to do it. And even that is not her like main genre to write in, I still really love it. It just reads very easily and very quick, and it just sucks you into the story, so you want to keep reading. So yeah, I'm going to continue the readathon, the 12-hour readathon. I hopefully can get this, I can finish this before the timer is done, so I can start another book. So yeah, let's start. And let's start at chapter 12. As you saw, I just finished Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. This is the third book I finished in the 12 hours. So I have 2 hours and 29 minutes left. I'm going to sit on my task because I don't know yet how I'm going to read it, so I'm going to save it for the end of the video. So yeah, I'm going to eat now something, and after that I'm going to start probably the last book of this video. So yeah, third book done. Okay, hi everyone. I just ate something. I just ate lunch, and now it's time to continue the reading challenge. So I'm going to start a new book because yeah, I just finished one. I'm going to start Caravel by Stephanie Garber. I'm very excited to start this one. It is a YA fantasy. There's also some romance involved. So yeah, I don't know much about it, if I'm being honest. It's a trilogy, so there are 3 books. So yeah, I'm going to read until like a little before 2 p.m. because at 2 p.m. I have to be ready to be online on Teams for school, but I will continue reading obviously because I just have to be online. So yeah, so I'm going to start this one. I'm very excited. I also love the cover. It's so pretty. I think it's a good thing going in pretty blindly why, but I love going books blindly. So yeah, I really love how it's looking. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. As you see, I'm back in my room. I'm waiting to be called to register for my education again. I don't know how to say it, but I'm just waiting for a call. But I'm currently reading. So far I'm at chapter 6, page 44 in the book. Currently, oh sorry, that was not sharp. Yeah, it is. So I'm currently very liking it. It reads very easily in my opinion. Sorry if there's a lot of noise. I just underlined a sentence and it says, some would probably call him a villain. Others would say his magic makes him closest to God. So it's really good. So I'm very curious to see what is going on. I still have 1 hour and 43 minutes left. So I'm just going to keep reading and I'll update you guys when I read a bit more or even when I'm finished with the readathon. So yeah, bye! So just something just happened, and damn, I didn't see that coming. Okay, I'm going to do purple for like plot twists. So I think I have my thingy. So pink is going to be romance. Red is everything that has to do with the caravel. Blue are lines that are like good quotes. And purple are like twists. 12-hour reading done is done. I finished. And now let's talk about all the books I read or listened to during this 12-hour readathon. So we're going to start with Icebreaker. I read this book on my Kobo. It's the first book in the Maple Hill series and it follows Nate and Anastasia. Nate is a hockey player and Anastasia is an ice skater. And she does it in a duo with a guy called Aaron. So a lot has happened. I'm not going to fully recap all the books. You'll see that probably in my wrap up. But I really like the book. It read very easily and I really love her books. And I'm really excited to read Daydream by Hannah Grace. I say I would give this book 4 stars out of 5. There is spice in this book, so be aware. If you want to read this book, it's not really for the young audience. So yeah, be aware that there is a lot of spice in this book. Then the next book I finished was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I mostly listened to this as an audiobook. I both started these 2 books before the readathon, so that's also why I probably finished it pretty quickly. I really enjoyed listening to the audiobook of this. It's also narrated by Jeanette McCurdy herself, so it feels very personal to me. I really recommend reading it or listening to the audiobook because it's such an interesting perspective on how everything in her life was. It tells 2 different parts. It tells the part before her mother dies and it tells the part after her mother passed away. So yeah, it tells a lot about Jeanette McCurdy, her own experience and also in Nickelodeon, girly, and all the things she struggles with, including her relationship with her mother. I'm not going to read this book because it's a memoir, it's a biography, so it's really weird to rate someone's life experience, so it wouldn't be fair to do that. Then I also listened to the audiobook of Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare and I also read 1 chapter. I didn't finish it yet, but I will still want to talk about it. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen else. I really am loving the audiobooks. I think I will be listening and switch between listening and reading the audiobook because I felt like it was going a little bit more faster for me. So yeah, this is like a 3rd book, but not really a 3rd book because I didn't finish this. Then I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is my, I'm thinking, I don't know, my 5th or my 6th, but I don't know. I'm going to put it on the screen maybe. No, wait, I can see, wait. This is my 7th book by Ali Hazelwood. So now I've read all of her books and I love Ali Hazelwood, her writing. I really like what she did here. It's very different from her other books. It's like a paranormal romance book and I really liked how she did it because in the beginning there was not really a romance going on between the 2 main characters, but it was later on. There was also kind of a mystery involved in this book. I really love this. I'm still thinking about how I'm going to read it, but I kind of leaning towards a 5-star because I really love this book and it's an Ali Hazelwood book, so yeah. But for now I'm going to say 5 stars and I think it will stay at that. So yeah. Then the last book I read in this readathon is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I started this today and I read like for 2.5 hours I think, and I got to page 153, so I read quite a bit in this book. So this book is about a caravel going on. It's a magical thing going on. It's very magical. It's a magical YA fantasy book and I'm really loving it. It's part of a trilogy and Once Upon a Broken Heart is a spin-off of it, if I'm saying it correctly. But I'm really loving it. It reads very easily. I'm really sucked into the story. So I'm very excited to see what's going on. I also like the main characters. So yeah, I'm really glad I picked this up because I'm very invested now. So yeah, that are all these 2 books I finished and then another one. So I finished 3 books in this video and read 5 books. So I'm really happy with how much books I've read, and I really love doing this. And maybe someday I will do full 24-hour readathon, but I really enjoy doing this, and I will be definitely doing it another time, maybe 12, maybe 24, but we'll see. I hope you guys liked it too, and I'll see you next time. Bye!